What up? It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. Here we got Nutty Block Compton Crips versus Acacia Block Crips and Trag New Park Crips. The author of this channel is War in Cali. What I got to say something about the author of this channel, because this, I checked out a little bit of this. Somebody sent me to this, man, and I said, who are these dudes? Channels like this be the police, homie. Anybody that get on here and get to making these kind of content, this ain't 100. This is somebody that's straight up telling, for one, and for two, he's telling the wrong information. He don't even know what he's talking about. None of this stuff is true. And you got kids that be sitting at home, they be seeing their uncles on the pictures, on the profile pictures, and they're like, oh, that go my uncle, that go my brother, let me go, that go my cousin. And they get to watching this and thinking that this is straight up 100, and they go do something crazy, and they didn't got influenced by this. Because when we was young, we used to get influenced by rap music, NWA. We thought all them rappers was real live street dudes. So half of the stuff they was talking about, you know, we'll somehow end up doing it. The guns they was talking about, we wanted the AK because the rap songs. We wanted a Uzi, a 4.5, a Glock, a 9mm. When we heard Spice One talking about peace to my 9, Tupac when he had the AK on his stomach, we wanted that stuff. So when you look at channels like this and you hear stuff like this, and you look into this stuff, man, this stuff right here is, I don't even know where they getting this information. But anyway, man, check this out, man. If y'all from Compton, y'all from the hood, y'all from some of these dudes hood, they talk, listen to how they look at this here. This is definitely work of the police, man.
Welcome back to another episode of War in Cali. In this episode, I'm gonna talk about the Nutty Block Compton Crips. The Nutty Block Compton Crips are on the west side of Compton and originated in the 1970s. And since on, they have become a powerhouse gang in Compton. The Nutty Blocks area was a major Crip hangout for Crips all over in the 70s, where they all hung out at the Grandy Apartments, which is on Grandy Ave in their turf. Over the years, that would change with several robberies starting amongst the Crips in Compton going into the 80s. Some of their main streets on the Nutty Block's turf that they claim is 165th Street and 166th Street. The Nutty Blocks are known to rep a New York Yankee gear to rep their set. The Nutty Blocks are allies of hoods like Southside Compton Crips, the Atlanta Drive Compton Crips, and the Park Village Compton Crips, just to name a few. The Nutty Blocks are rivals of gangs like Westside Paru, Campanella Park Parus, Neighborhood Compton Crips, the Santana Block Crips, the Lantana Block Crips, the Pocket Hood Compton Crips, and many more.
If you know, you know. This dude, whoever this dude is, crazy, man.
The Nutty Blocks have a lot of rivals, which are too many to name, making them one of the most hated gangs in Compton. But with that being said, let's get into some cases. On November 9th, 2005, several young men were hanging out on South Exmoor Avenue in Nutty Block's turf. A dark Pontiac would be driving in the area, checking people and seeing where they were from. The dark Pontiac was full of Nutty Block members. They pressed a young man on the corner, but they didn't bang. This led to Pontiac driving up on two men named Nakia and Michael. This led to an altercation which led to both Michael and Nakia being chased down and both being shot, losing their lives. Next day, three men, Herbert, Javon, and Jeffrey, from Nutty Block were in the Grandies bragging about how they shot some dudes and pulled a lick, which they robbed both Michael and Nakia. Jeffrey kept running his mouth and telling people who he shot. So by 2006, this led to them being arrested. Several of the people that Jeffrey told began to snitch on him. This would lead to all three men, Jeffrey, Herbert, and Javon.
Who would tell him something like that? Where you from, homie? How you know all this? Man, they got to stop with this type of shit. This content right here is the work of the police. This dude don't know what the hell he talking about, man.
All receiving life sentences. On April 27, 2006, a young man named Anthony was shot multiple times, losing his life. The shooter was a Nutty Block Crip named Infant No Good. Infant No Good was spotted running from the area by several people looking suspicious. A neighbor that lived on the street that Anthony was shot on seen the whole thing. They said that Infant No Good ran up on Anthony and shot him multiple times, stood over him, and finished him off. Infant No Good did the shooting because his cousin Tiny No Good was killed by the Trag New Park Compton Crips, which was said that Anthony and his family was a part of. Infant No Good was getting payback. Infant No Good will be later arrested on several witnesses seeing him running from the area and picking him out of a lineup. Several people will later recant their statements out of fear. He still received 25 years to life. On June 4th, 2007. Desiree was at Compton Transit Center in Compton when she heard several shots, then seen a Nutty Block member on the floor laid out. He would lose his life. Desiree would later go to the police station and tell police what she saw. She seen an Acacia Block member banging on everybody who passed by in the station. She then seen twin brothers in a group of Acacia Block Crips being the main initiators. One of the twin brothers named Jimmy walked near the Nutty Block member and shot him. She later identified the twins. Twins were later arrested and other members from the hood was placed in a cell with them. They will be recorded where they talked about someone having to snitch for the police having arrested them. Inside the cell, Jimmy said he didn't do the shooting. Instead, he said another dude named Darius from Acacia did it. 2 weeks before this shooting, Darius' brother was shot by the Nutty Blocks. With Desiree's testimony and the recorded statements in the cell, Darius and Jimmy both got life. December 28th, 2007. Robert was an OG for Nutty Block.
Hey, all the homies that's in this video, that's on these pictures, y'all should try to find a way to contact this guy right here, because I'm pretty sure that he used y'all pictures without y'all consent. Not only that, a lot of the guys that's in this picture, you got older guys that's not even in the street life no more, but you know, that's where they come from. So they represent where they come from. But as far as being active in the streets, I don't even know why this guy will put these pictures up on here. If they already on the internet, then I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that's where he got them from. But it's a lot of these pictures that's not on the internet, and I wonder where he got them from. So you guys need to be careful of these kind of channels on the internet, especially when you see your peers in these type of pictures on these type of platforms that's not even on the internet. Where are they getting this stuff from? Who's giving them this information?
Around 5 p.m., Robert and his brother Timothy stopped at a store on the corner of Alondra Boulevard. At the store, Timothy and Robert would notice two men looking at them, but they left before altercation could start. As they drove on McKinley Avenue, Timmy noticed beside of him a car was finna shoot. He yelled out to Robert, and Robert tried to drive away. Car was fired at over 8 times, taking Timothy's life. At first, Robert didn't want to snitch until he learned his little brother lost his life. He later picked a man from Track New Park named Charles out of a lineup. At the time of the trial, Robert was in jail himself for life for a robbery he committed, but he didn't care about being labeled a snitch. He went on the stand and he testified. This got Charles 132 years to life. In January 2012, Barry was sitting in his car, which was parked across the street from Longfellow Elementary, waiting to pick up his little brother from school. Two men then drove alongside of his car, named Jason and Darius. They started shooting, but they ain't hit a thing at point blank range. Barry got out of his car and ran. Police were on the same street as the shooting and went in pursuit. This led to a high-speed chase, which both Jason and Darius were later arrested. They were from Acacia Block. The shooting happened in Nutty Block's turf. Both Jason and Darius received life for shooting nothing. Now this next case is about Nutty Block's internal beef. Ike and his siblings Champagne, Ezell, Frank, and Keon all lived in Compton. They were from Nutty Block Crip. They threw a party at their apartment, which hosted over 100 people. A lot of people at the party were from multiple hoods. Multiple other Nutty Blocks was there as well, like Juju, Chop, and Mike Dog. Chop started creating problems in the party with other hoods and started dissing Santana Block and the front hood Compton Crips who was at the party as well. This led to Champagne trying to shut the party down, and this led to several other altercations. Juju and Ike began fighting, which Ike got the best of Juju.
None of this stuff is true, man. This is definitely somebody on the internet that probably date a female or something, or probably know somebody from that area, heard some conversation, put something together. He need to stop this kind of content, man.
Juju led to other Nutty Blocks joining in on the fight. This led to Ike being stabbed. Ike then pulled out a strap, and then another fight followed between Chop, Juju, Juju's brother, versus Ike and his brothers. And again, Ike was stabbed again. Mike Dog and Juju then started shooting at Ike and his family, which Ike was shot in the chest, taking his life. Nobody at the party told police anything. Over the next month, Mike Dog, Juju, and Chop were all arrested. Juju would deny any involvement in the shooting, but several witnesses would give a full account of the party. Witnesses would say that Juju and his crowd were the aggressors. Juju, Mike Dog, and Chopper all received life sentences for their role in the crime. On October 26, 2014, around 3:45 a.m., Natalia and her two friends were driving when her car was struck by a car that ran a stop sign. The driver of the other car was Brandon from Nutty Block. Brandon had another car trailing him, and it was his homie Edward. One of Natalia's friends heard both men from both cars yell, "Get the strap," and they both started shooting. Natalia and her friends ducked, and no one was shot. Police were in close proximity of the shooting and quickly caught up to Edward, who crashed his car, and his strap was found inside the car. He would be the only one charged with the shooting, with Brandon walking free and Edward receiving 48 years to life. Forrest was from Nutty Block. He was trying to come up, and he was trying to hit some licks. Forrest was hanging around with a woman named Sandra. Sandra told Forrest he should rob her sister Shamika's boyfriend Ely. Ely was known for having money and selling work all throughout Compton. Forrest and his fellow Nutty Block members James and William put a plan in motion to rob Ely. Forrest got Ely's number from Sandra and called Ely pretending to be a customer, saying he wanted to meet up and buy. At the meetup, Forrest directed James on what to do. James walked up to Ely's car, which Shamika was in the car with Ely. This became a failed robbery, with both Shamika and Ely losing their lives. Forrest and James were later picked up, and both received life for their roles in his crime. This will conclude this episode of Warren Cali. If you haven't already, make sure you check out my
Warren Cali, you're going to get yourself hurt, man. You're going to get yourself in some serious trouble. Because a lot of the stuff that you're reporting is fake news, man. Now, this is fake content. Somebody said something about fake content the other day. This is fake content. This content right here, just like I say, you using a lot of people's pictures without their consent. Like I say, a few of them are on the internet, but it's a lot of these photos that's not off the internet. This got to be somebody that somebody knows, then gave this guy a lot of the photos that he's using in this video. Now, what I will say about this video is this. Whether he's making up the jail time that a lot of these guys got, those are actual jail sentences. Those are actually jail sentences that they do give criminals from all over, no matter where you're from, for these type of crimes that he's saying that these guys done in this video. I happen to know a lot of the people that he's talking about. I happen to know a lot of people that's in the video as well. If I was you, Warren Cali, I'd find something else to talk about. I guarantee you, he don't even live in California. He probably connected to a couple of people that live in California, but I don't think this a guy that lives in California. He did a good job with the editing though, but at the same time, this ain't it right here. I was scrolling through the internet. I guess when you watch other people's videos or when you're on your cell phone, because what goes to my cell phone also pops up on my laptop. So I guess whatever, the phone is listening to or hear, it picks up. And when you go through your phone, this type of stuff pops up. So that's how I came across this video. Yeah, any of the homies that's in this video, if I was you guys, man, you see your picture up in here, man, I'd try to at least get into contact with this guy, this video, and, let him know, man, you want to take this down. I put it up to make you guys aware of it as well. Y'all see it on my channel, but you probably won't see it. You probably wouldn't have ran across it on here. Yeah, it's Compton Rick Robert, Compton Rick Rock TV. We going to the next one.